This week on Tales from a Passport, we're telling one of our favorite stories of our sailing adventure. We spend the day parasailing, and Susan, she's going to tell us about the day we met Kenny Chesney while sailing in the USVI. Then we have a Kenny Chesney inspired edit highlighting some of our family's favorite and most fun moments during our sailing adventure.
I'm a country girl. I always have loved country music, and I passed that love on to my oldest son, Denver. I took Denver to his very first concert, and take a guess who we saw. Yeah, that's right, Kenny Chesney. Denver loved Kenny. He could sing every word to any Kenny Chesney song. We actually lucked into some great seats right next to the stage. If you have ever seen Kenny Chesney live, you know that he knows how to put on a show. I guess that is why he has been Entertainer of the Year 4 times. But what made this concert so special was that Kenny zeroed in on his little 5-year-old fan sitting on top of his mama's shoulders. He would sing to Denver, give him high fives. He even at one point gave Denver a t-shirt. Ironically, it was a Corona beer t-shirt. It was the best night, made extra special by Kenny himself. Now, fast forward to April 6, 2020. We were in St. John at the height of the COVID pandemic. All the boats in the Caribbean wound up in the USVI because it was the only borders open. We had seen Kenny Chesney's boat, the Gypsy, cruising around the island a few times. During this time, it was tough finding a mooring ball. Boats were just not moving around. We had been wanting to visit Lampshire Bay, but every time we went by, it was always full. But on this particular day, we lucked out, and there was one mooring ball free. We were so excited because we had heard about the amazing scuba diving in this area and had decided to stay for a few days. We had just settled in at Lampshire Bay and were cooling off in the water when the ever-famous Gypsy came cruising into the bay with Kenny on the bow. They were searching for a free mooring ball, and we were on the only designated mooring for Kenny's boat. So he leaves the bay with no luck. A few minutes later, a dinghy comes up and was wondering how long we were staying. We explained that we would be there for a few days. Then I started thinking, is he asking for Kenny? Sure enough, he was. I started remembering back to 11 years ago when Kenny Chesney made my 5-year-old son feel on top of the world. I remember how kind and thoughtful he was. I decided that we should return the kindness. We made arrangements to roll off the mooring ball and returned when they moved off the very next day. We waved to the Gypsy as we sailed out of the bay, and true to his word, the next morning we received a text that they were leaving, and we went back to our mooring ball in Lampshire Bay. Being the class act that Kenny Chesney is, he called us over to personally thank us. The kids were flipping out. I was flipping out. We even got our own No Shoes Nation autographed flag. But what we really got was one of the best memories of our trip. Thanks, Kenny. You truly are the best. The Pruitts are forever fans.
In my favorite pair of saltwater sun-bleached jeans, I got a cold one coming and some songs to sing. My guitar's got brand new strings. It's a big old beautiful world. It's the blue sky days you don't want to miss. Jukebox dances and girls to kiss. Keeps us all living for nights like this. It's a big old beautiful world. It's a big old beautiful world out there. Sometimes you just gotta let it take you where the roller coaster ride meets the tilt-a-whirl. It's a big old beautiful world. La da 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 da. It's a big old beautiful world. There's a star in the sky for every grain of sand, and I've stared up at night trying to understand how it all fits in the palm of God's hand. It's a big old beautiful world. It's a big old beautiful world out there. Sometimes you just gotta let it take you where the roller coaster ride meets the tilt-a-whirl. It's a big old beautiful world. La da 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 da. It's a big old beautiful world. La da 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 da. It's a big old beautiful world. A sunset fall, being out here in the middle of it all. Sometimes it feels good to feel so small in this big old beautiful world. It's a big old beautiful world out there. Sometimes you just gotta let it take you where the roller coaster ride meets the tilt-a-whirl. It's a big old beautiful world. La 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 la. It's a big old beautiful world. La da 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 da. It's a big old beautiful world. La da 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 da. It's a big old beautiful world. La da 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 da. It's a big old beautiful world.
So Kenny Chesney asked us to come back over because he wants to say hi to Denver and Hudson. He needed a place for his boat, and we gave him our mooring block for the night, and he wanted to say thank you. And Denver is ecstatic. And Hudson